I monetize on YouTube. Yay! I'm not gonna lie, I'm really proud of myself. And it's all because of you. Thank you so much. And now I'm 1 year in and I'm making around like $40 a day. And this is really cool. I would have never thought so. It's such a great way to make an impact and get paid. However, it wasn't easy to get to where I am now. Let's say that. You gotta be really patient in order to get monetized on YouTube because there are so many content creators. So because so many of you ask me, Fabi, like, what is your secret recipe to becoming a YouTuber and monetizing? Here's what I would suggest. Let's get started. The number one thing is commitment. You really gotta be in it for the long term. And why this is so key is because you won't see movement on your channel for a long time. Like no subscribers, no views. So when you go on the journey, I remember I committed to posting at least once a week for 5 years. And there is a really amazing YouTuber, Vanessa Lau, and she calls this first phase where you don't really see any traction, the death valley of content creators. And I so agree because it's so frustrating because literally you post once a week for like month and nothing happens. And so a lot of people just quit after 6 months, but not you because you're committed. This is the most important thing. If you're not committed for it for the long haul, you're not going to see any results here. So make sure that you're committed to a weekly schedule. I would really highly suggest that at least you post once a week. That's the easiest way. Post once a week and commit to doing it for at least 2 to 3 years. Seriously. Otherwise, it's going to be really tricky. So monetizing on YouTube, the number one key is commitment. Another key to monetizing on YouTube is your vision, your why. Why the heck are you doing it? Why are you starting a YouTube channel? Who are you doing this for? And this is really key because my vision, for instance, is to unlock the entrepreneurial talent in the corporate world. Plus, I also wanted to decouple my hours from my capability to earn money, right? I didn't want to trade time for money any longer. So I really have this clear vision of what I want in my life, and YouTube is a vehicle to get there. So making an impact and getting paid, great vision. But it's really key to have a vision that is bigger than yourself. Because let's be honest, I had a lot of days where I was like, I don't really want to post, right? What gets me through this is thinking about, it's not about me anymore. When I don't post, when I don't show up, you can't watch my tutorials. And that has an impact on your life. So for me, it's selfish if I actually don't post. Do you see how important it is to have a vision that's bigger than yourself? Because again, there will be days where you don't see results, where you don't feel like it. I mean, even this morning when I woke up, I didn't feel like it. But here I am filming because I'm committed. I'm committed to my vision. So what is so key about having a vision is because then you move not toward your vision, you move from vision. And that's the big difference. Another really key ingredient to monetizing your YouTube channel is, and this will be controversial, picking your niche. So the more you niche down initially, the faster you will grow, period. There's no way around it. And I know a lot of people are struggling with it. So for instance, when I look at my analytics, I see I rank really high for ebooks and KDP. And I could niche down and grow faster, but then it's not aligned with my vision, right? However, Tanya, who I coach at my side hustle school and who are brought to 6 figures in 8 months, she wanted to become a fashion influencer. And one of the things that we realized when we looked at her audience, that she got a lot of questions around Hermes bags. And I had no idea that it's like, you can't just walk into a store and get an Hermes bag. That's a thing. It's like playing a little bit of a game. So she really niched down on Hermes. And she was able to monetize YouTube in half of the time that I did. So I think she monetized after 4 or 5 months, which is insane. So it just shows you that once you niche down, you will scale faster. And that way also YouTube learns better about what are the people that you should attract. And for instance, my niche is all about side hustles, right? I am not going to talk about anything else except for entrepreneurship and side hustle, which is still very broad. And I could probably niche down even more. but again, it doesn't align with my vision. Another key ingredient to monetizing your YouTube channel the fastest way possible is to provide value. Who would have thought? But it's so hard, right? What is it that people really want to learn from you? What are their pain points? And if you're like, I don't really have an audience yet, if you're not, because your ideal customer is usually a former version of you 3 to 5 years ago. So what problem did you face back then? And this is really key, right? Because the other thing too is like, look at like what questions like your friends ask you. And I remember when I launched my side hustle planner, I got tons of questions around, how do you create a journal and sell it through KDP? And for those who don't know, KDP is like an Amazon self-publishing platform. So I was like, okay, maybe I make a tutorial around it, and it's one of my best tutorials on YouTube so far. One of the biggest challenges I see with first-time entrepreneurs is they're just starting something to make money. And it might work for a little bit, but it won't work for the long run. Seriously. That's why I really, really believe in creating a company that also makes an impact. And it's so key to really address your customers' biggest pain points. And so for instance, when I started my side hustle journey, the number one question I also got was like, Fabi, how do you manage it all? Like your side hustle, your 9 to 5, you're still getting promoted like every year. Like how do you do all of this and like have time for your friends, for your husband, for your health? And that's why I created this video right here, right? Because you all guide me in terms of the content. You tell me what you want to hear, and then I create content around that. Another key ingredient to monetizing your YouTube channel the fastest way possible is research. It's really crazy. Once you start studying the most successful YouTubers, they spend so much time on researching, like what is working, what's not working, what is trending, what's not trending. And they use like software such as TubeBuddy. And TubeBuddy that kind of gives you a score around whether or not your video idea will actually be successful. I love this tool. I will make sure to put a link in the description below in case you're interested. Another really key ingredient to monetizing your YouTube channel fast is improving the #1 KPIs that YouTube really cares about. So YouTube technically only cares about 2 things. Do people click on your thumbnail, right? What is referred to as the CTR, and do they watch the whole video? And actually, maybe there's a third one, which is, do they also start binge watching all of your other content over time, right? And do they come back more often? So when you create your scripts for your videos, right, or your bullet points, however you want to do it, always keep that in mind, that the thumbnails are really, really key. You can have the best video, but if no one clicks on it, no one's going to see your video. And you can have the best like thumbnail, but if then your ideal customer doesn't really watch it, YouTube will not suggest it. So really make sure to optimize for both of these things. Okay, another key ingredient to success on YouTube is equipment. So I get this question a lot of like, Fabi, what equipment do you use? It doesn't really matter. I would always say start with what you have. Like, don't get stuck on having the best equipment because then you will never start, right? I will make sure I will show you a list of the equipment that I use. If you want to go down the route of really creating high quality content, that was really important for me. I wanted to make sure that the background is all blurry and that it looks really professional and, that I have a good microphone. However, you can use your iPhone and use the cinematic mode and it looks amazing too. So don't get stuck on, really trying to figure out what to use and what not to use. I use a Yeti microphone. I really love it. I think it's a little bit over $100 and that's it. So I will make sure to create a list of all the equipment that I use so that you can take a look at it. This was fun. Whew, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see your YouTube channel explode. Awesome. The funny part is the pie is big enough and I can't wait for you to do something that you're so passionate about, making impact and making money. It's like the best feeling ever. Okay, next key ingredient, batch produce content, especially if you're still in a 9 to 5 job. Content creation becomes kind of a burden. And this is why it's so key to batch produce. Like today, I'm producing literally 11 videos for the next 11 weeks. And I sometimes have weeks where I just don't feel like posting anything, right? And this is when batch producing becomes like such a game changer, because I'm like, oh, all right, I already have some videos that I can use. Perfect. Another key ingredient to monetize your YouTube channel the fastest way possible is to outsource. Boy, I waited way too long for this to happen, but I can tell you it's a game changer. You can only do so much. And the biggest piece, the more I think about this, is, you know, when it comes to growing an audience, there are literally just like two things you can do. Either you spend your time on it or you can spend money on it. And the question really is, what do you value more? Do you want to get your time back or do you want to get money back? This is why outsourcing is so important. So make sure to outsource. Gosh, I wish someone told me how much work it is to edit a video. Seriously, it's a lot of work. I mean, I spent hours and hours. The filming is the least of your problems. And fun fact, there are people out there who are actually way better at editing videos than you are, believe it or not. So then I think in the back of my mind, like, how much does it cost me to actually create this video and edit it? So let's say my current rate right now for one-on-one coaching for an hour is $499, and it takes me 8 hours to edit a video. That is $4,000. Dang, that is a lot of money. So I would rather spend a few $100 for someone to edit my video than for me to do it. And literally, start as early as you can when it comes to outsourcing. So I hired Michael on Fiverr. He optimized all of my SEO so that other people can actually find my videos, right? It's really key because at the end of the day, YouTube is a search engine. I hired someone now to do my thumbnails, and I hired someone to do my video editing because I just can't do it all myself. And I started to monetize my YouTube channel. So now I can use the earnings from the ads to then create better content and better outsource all the things that don't serve me. So outsource as early as possible. Either spend time or money. Whatever you value the most, that's what you should choose. So if I got you hooked to start your own YouTube channel or just create more passive income, then check out these videos next. And don't forget to subscribe so that we can become friends, YouTube friends. Yay! And again, I want to just take a second and acknowledge you for watching all of my videos. I so appreciate you. I wouldn't be here without you, and you have no idea how much it means to me that you're watching this video, that you're here, that you're a cheerleader. I'm just so touched by it. Thank you so much.